In this video, I'm going to show you how to prepare the floss for sewing your book together. This would be for the Codex book. So as you can see on the spine of the book, this one might be a little difficult to see, but the sewing material that we're going to use is called floss. It does show up on the outside of the book. This is an open spine variation, so you will be able to see the stitches on the outside of the book. Instead of this brown, like this book has, the one that I'm currently making, they're going to have these green ribbons instead of the brown leather as the book tapes. It kind of goes along with the papers that I had selected for the covers. I have a lot of floss here in this little container. We're going to use this up first. If there's a color that you can't find in here, guys, ask me. I might have it. I have an unopened package that we can go through together and look at. For those of you that are in my classes now. I want to pick a color of green that will contrast because I kind of like the dark and the light here, and I want to carry that over into the spine of my book as well. So instead of picking one, if I don't want the stitches to show as much, I just want it to be green and that's it. Similar to how here the black doesn't show up very much. If I wanted that effect, I could choose the darker green, but I do want my stitches to show up, so I'm going to use that lighter color. So I've got all the floss sort of wrapped around on cards. I tried to color coordinate it so it'd be easier for you to find. If you come up here looking for floss, make sure that you're bringing up your book cover with you to help match the color and make sure that it goes, or bring up your ribbon to make sure that it will either show up or contrast based on what you want. So once you decide what color you want, you're going to find where there's these little slits in the card. I usually have the end of it tucked into that slit so that it doesn't unravel. So I'm going to unravel it a little bit. How do I know how much to add? Well, that depends on how many signatures you have. This book has several signatures in it. Yours might have fewer, some have more. Based on how many signatures you have, you're going to take your cover. This one is a cover that I already had for a different book, but it's the same size. So I'm going to lay this over the cover and I'm going to wrap it around this cover long ways so that for every signature it covers one side. Plus I'm going to add a little bit of a tail at the end just so I have some extra in case I need to tie a knot or something. So I have a little bit of extra. I'm holding it down with my thumb, so this would be one. So let's say I'm doing 5 signatures. This would be counting for the first signature. I'm going to wrap it around the back. That would be the second signature, third, fourth. Now I happen to have 8, so we'll see if I have enough floss here to make it. That's 4 already. 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I'm going to do one more to grow on, so I'm going to pull it back over just to give myself a little extra, and I'm going to cut it right here where my fingers are. Once I have my